Work was to extract renderListItem, which builds each of these LIs. This, and this are awfully similar. We're doing it 3 times. If we added more to the form, we might be doing it 10 times. It all seems like a bit much. We should be able to write one general purpose function that does all 3 of them. So, again, for right now, let's not worry about our form. Let's just write a function that will build a list item that takes this general form. So function renderListItem. What information does it need from the outside in order to build the list item? We know we're going to do something like const item equals document.createElement li, right? We don't need to pass in the string li because it's a list item. It's always an li. Then what? It's empty, right? So we need to put something in there. So we need to know what to put in there. So we could probably use an argument for the text that we're going to put in the list item. All of our list items end up being of the form thing : value, right? Or we could call that a label, not an HTML label like in the form. But we're labeling this data, and then here's the actual data. Right? All 3 of these are this way. Name something, age something, favorite color something. So maybe we could pass those 2 things in as separate pieces of information. So we could put 2 arguments here, label and value. How about that? And then what do we want to do? Well, for name and age at least, we could just set the text content. Item.textContent equals, put a template literal in there, label, :space, value. One more thing, don't forget to return, right? Return the item. Let's try it out just like that. Hey, Nathra, what'd you have for lunch? Noodles. renderListItem. Lunch. Noodles. Ah, shucks. renderListItem is not defined. How about you refresh your stupid page before you do this? It helps. And I get an li that says lunch : noodles. It could have been like age 1,000,000,000 or something like that, but it didn't have to be, because this is just a general purpose thing that creates a list item of the format that we like. And we just tested it and confirmed it works. Doesn't matter what strings you pass in. So back in handle submit, we should be able to get rid of these 2 at least. Name and age. And instead, where we append name item, I could say renderListItem, pass in the string name, and our, what was it, username like that? Yeah. Instead of a variable that we build called age item, we'll just render the list item right in place. The label is age. The value is our variable age that we pulled out of the form. Refresh the page. Hopefully it still works the same as it did before. Matt. Almost ready for retirement. Still works. We didn't break it. Go us. Then there's the small matter of the color. But that's a whole other story. We got something working. Let's go ahead and commit that part before we make a mess of things. Hey, did anybody notice that there's Git integration built into Visual Studio Code? Anybody stumble upon that? See this? Kind of looks like a flux capacitor, but that's not what it is. It's like a branch in source control. And it says, one thing has changed since our last commit. Click it, and we see changes. Index.js. Message. That's our commit message. Press Command Enter to commit. You can also hit the little checkbox here. Is it all true? Will it really do it? Let's try it. Extract renderListItem function. Let's check it out. Could it be that easy? Git log, extract renderListItem function. There it is. Now I can see it isn't pushed because my origin, that's GitHub, is still on the previous commit. Hit Q to get out of git log, by the way. This little menu right here has a bunch more git commands that you can use, including push. So if we do that, then it'll be on GitHub. Cool. Very handy. Questions?